Hi there, I'm Claire Feldman, the Food Freedom Coach, and I work with women to help them overcome the misery of endless diet and binge cycles and to truly find freedom from food. Now, I wanted to do a short little video to try and give you some hints and tips around managing your sugar cravings if that's something that you really struggle with. Now, the first thing that I would say is probably when it comes to craving sweet foods, there's often two drivers, and that will either tend to be that it's being emotionally driven, i.e. I feel really stressed and really overwhelmed and I want something just to make me feel better, or it will be driven by physiological reasons, and that is things like my blood sugars are really low and I just need something really quick to give me some energy here. So what I'm just going to concentrate on in this video is what can you do from a nutritional perspective to try and minimize your sugar cravings. So the first one is about eating breakfast. Now, many of the clients that I will work with will first say to me that I'm not really a breakfast person. I don't really like breakfast. I don't really feel hungry first thing in the morning. So we do have a little bit of work to do to really start to gradually introduce a breakfast. But the reason why I stress to them, as I do to you, that it's so important is that our breakfast really does set the tone for what our eating will look like throughout the rest of the day. And it also is the one meal that probably has the biggest influence over our blood sugar levels. So if we imagine that if you tend to skip breakfast and you maybe don't eat till midday or something, that by the time you kind of get to midday, your blood sugars are going to be pretty low by then. And when your blood sugars are pretty low, your body then is it's looking for something that has quick release of energy and something that's going to maybe give you a bit of energy and pep you up a little bit. And that's where you might be more inclined to go for toast or carbohydrates or scones or orange juice or coffee or things like that, just to try and lift you up and to give you a bit of a boost. So if we start our day like that, if we start our day with something that is quite refined, something that's high in carbohydrate or high in sugar content, what tends to happen is that we go from having very low blood sugars to having very high, and then once something goes up, it's got to come down again. So if you are in a pattern of having maybe these peaks and troughs in blood sugar, you are more likely to then number one, maybe you feel quite low in energy, but number two, be going to the very foods that are making you feel worse to try and give you energy to get you through the day. So it's for that reason that I would really urge people to try and ensure that you're eating a breakfast, but it doesn't necessarily have to be at 7 a.m. in the morning. It might be that at 9, half 9, 10 o'clock, half 10 is when you can really stomach eating something. And I would recommend that you are eating something that is balanced. And when I say balanced, I mean that you've got a source of protein and that you also have a source of complex carbohydrates. A perfect example of that would be something like overnight oats, because you've got the slow release energy from the oats, but you also will have in maybe a protein powder or a yogurt or a milk that you will have sources of protein that are mixed in with the oats. So that's giving you a really good balanced breakfast that's helped keeping those blood sugars stable and to give you the energy that you need throughout the day. When your blood sugars are stable and when you're giving yourself enough nourishment to get throughout the day, you're less likely to turn to those quick release types of foods. So that's my first tip, is do make sure you're eating breakfast. My next tip is try your best to ensure that your meals are balanced with a protein and a complex carbohydrate to keep those energy levels stable throughout the day. My next one, and I know it's pretty boring, but it is so important, that if you are trying to improve your lifestyle, maybe you're trying to lose weight, and maybe you want more energy and you want to feel better, there is no getting away from the fact that we do need to be more planned and we do need to be more organized in our eating. So I would really recommend that you plan your meals for the week. And it doesn't have to be absolutely rigid, but what I would really get you to consider is think ahead to what week you have coming up, what activities are you going to be doing? When are your days off? Where are you going? When are you eating out? When are you going to have, maybe really crazy busy days? And try to plan your meals around your requirements for each day. So, for example, if you know you're going to have a day that's going to be hectic and you're going to be out on the road all day, that might be a day where you maybe rely more on smoothies or more things that are convenient and easy for you to take with you, and snacks like maybe nuts and things that are portable that you can take with you, rather than maybe relying on going to garages or buying convenience things from coffee shops and things when you're out and about. So try and plan meals around what your lifestyle actually looks like and what is feasible for you. But if you are in a situation where you don't have food in the house or you haven't planned what you're going to eat and you're caught on the hop, you're more likely to turn to something that's maybe not going to be the best choice for you in that moment. So try and plan your meals as much as you possibly can. So those are kind of my quick kind of tips around how can you focus maybe a little bit on nutrition, how can you focus on balanced eating to try and keep those sugar cravings at bay. One of my favourite things though to talk about is more, when do emotions drive me to eat, and what can I do to manage those emotions? So I will pop that in another video and link that in shortly. So I hope you got some benefit from this video. If you have any questions, please do put them in the comments section below and I'll come back to you. And also check out some of my free resources in the comments section also. Thank you.